Welcome back to You Build My Song. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you know what today is. Today is lyrics. Let's try and get some lyrics together. It always makes it easier if I have lyrics because I can work on top of it and I can start to mold the song. Now, if you know, we've obviously all gone over the genre of the song, the chord progression we want to use, the riff, the vocal melody was on the last one, so we chose... And we chose we want to do this on the acoustic with the electric like... You know? We'll have some cool electric guitar doing that. And then we also chose that we want the verse to be like... The melody. Which is good because recently I've molded into a different way of singing. Like, I can only use what I've got. You know what I mean? I know I ain't the best singer in the world, but at the end of the day, I also want to be the singer of my band, me and my brother, because it's where my passion lies. Do you know what I mean? Playing, as being a singer-songwriter. And somebody's already pointed out that I suck at singing. Somebody said it. But look, I believe in myself at the end of the day, and I'm not saying I'm going to be the next Ed Sheeran, but if I could garner a little UK following and I can gig up and down the country, then that's all I ask for anyway. I ain't saying I'm going to be Liam Gallagher. However, what I will say is I'm trying to adapt my voice to the best it can be, and I think that is the lower register of my tenor voice, which is like no. I have better quality down there, and I have better control. Now, one of our subscribers come up with a really good concept for the way I can write these lyrics. This is Karen. Shout out Karen. You're a legend. Always commenting on my videos and showing your support. I love that. You put great topic for a song, I think. If you'd like to try it out, one thing one could do in the process of writing and storytelling a song is to picture a scene in your mind for each verse and try to write a story around what you see happening in each scene. Like you are looking through a window in a movie from the outside, like, if that makes sense. Basically, picture the scene and write that scene. And that's a good way of thinking about it. I've never thought of it like that before. And this is perfect for the Fred Dibner song, which, by the way, we all agreed we want the song topic to be about Fred Dibner. Now, if you watched the last episode, you'll see I was tinkering with a few lyrics like, his name was Fred, he used to smoke on a cigarette. And then, because Karen said, picture the scene, that's what I've kind of done. And I've come up with a little verse. Let me know what you guys reckon. I think if we get this down, we can work from it and write more. And I actually want you guys to write lyrics in the description so I can kind of work off them. Now, I've come up with this, and I want it to start with his name was Fred because I think it's a good introduction. His name was Fred. He used to climb with a cigarette hanging out his mouth with the ladders he fit by himself. Now, he used to fit the ladders onto the chimneys, didn't he? They were his own ladders. He had them like years. And eventually, actually, when he retired, he left them on a job that he was going to do, but he never got round to it. And he ended up letting the other steeplejacks have them, which is nice, but yeah. So, he would climb up the ladder. Sometimes he had a cig in his mouth and he was like, ah. Anyway. And then it's like, oh, so high, because it was high. Oh, so high, you will find him above the sky. with a chisel and a hammer, penny pinching while risking his life. Now I like that because you'll find him. People used to look, and the scenes of him, you'd look up and you'd see him at the top of a chimney like that, yay big, and he would have a chisel and a hammer. That's all he would have, and it would be brick by brick. That lyric's got to be in there somewhere. However, guys, we also have to take into consideration my pronunciation with words. It's got to be very. You got to, choose the correct syllables and etc. Because my mouth can only. It's like, you know what I mean? It can get very sticky, almost like I got peanut butter in my mouth. Now, I say, you will find him above the sky, kind of with taken from Karen what she said, up in the sky. So you will find him above the sky with a chisel and a hammer, penny pinching while risking his life. Now, back then, although basically he had a contract to take a chimney down and he got £7,000 for it, and it would have took him I think almost a year to complete. I think it was 9 months. Yeah, £7,000 okay. In today's money, I think it results to around £35,000. Now, at the end of the day, it's not a lot of money when you are risking your life and you haven't got any harnesses on, so I like that. So let's put it all together. His name was Fred. He used to climb with a cigarette, hanging out his mouth with the ladders he fit by himself. And oh so high, you will find him above the sky with a chisel and a hammer, penny pinching while risking his life. Now, what are we thinking? His life with a chisel and a hammer, penny pinching while risking his life. And what I also like is if you take someone like Mark Knopfler, who I've been influenced by, on his songs, I like how sometimes because he's telling a story, you can't always you can, but I think it's cheesy if you're trying to make every word rhyme when it comes to a story. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to tell a real story in real life, not every word's going to rhyme. And what Mark does is he tells a story, and sometimes he just won't even bother making the word rhyme because he's so in depth with telling the story. And that's what I've kind of done there. You will find him above the sky with a chisel and a hammer. It doesn't. If it was a singy song, it wouldn't really work. But because it's a story, you can get away with it. Oh, so high, you will find him above the sky with a chisel and a hammer, penny pinching while risking his life. Now, this is what I need you guys for. We can go two ways here. We can have a pre-chorus, or we can have a third verse. I'm not going to write the third verse. I want you guys to come up with something that can add to it. Or at least a couple words there I could go with. But I think maybe let's change it at that point. So we've got the riff. And we can all agree the drums are going to be like. You know what I mean? And then it will go into the verse. Oh no, no. Oh no, no, no. And then we need a bit of a change there, because what else? Okay, we've gone from that. I think because he had a few quotes. Fred Dibner quotes. He said, "One mistake and it's half a day out with The Undertaker." You know what I mean? That's a cool one. "I've never fell off a big chimney. You only fall off one of them once." That's pretty funny. Right. Right, this bit might get a bit boring. But guys, that's what we're here for. This is relax. Down. One mistake and it's half a day out with the under. But one mistake and it's half a day out with the undertaker. Okay. So like we got that. But one mistake and it's one mistake and it's half a day out with the undertaker. One mistake and it's half a day out. Okay, we've got F sharp minor as well. So let's go back to the verse. Hello sky with a chisel and a so high, with a chisel and a hammer, penny pinching while risking his life. He'd say that one day out is half a day out with the undertaker. He'd say one day, he'd say one mistake is half a day out with the undertaker. He'd say half a day out, one mistake is half, one mistake is half a day out with the undertaker. You know what I mean? Something like that maybe. Penny pinching, risking his life. He'd say one mistake is half a day out with the undertaker. You know what I mean? Something like that, and we could add a harmony there, like one mistake and it's half a day out with the undertaker. That could work. So we could do like his name, you oh so high, you will find him above the sky, with a chisel and a hammer, penny pinching while risking his life. He'd say half a day out, or he'd say that half mistake is half a day out with the undertaker. One mistake is half a day out with the undertaker. I like that. I'm picturing like half a day out, one mistake is half a day out with the undertaker. Undertaker. A day out is half a day mistake is half a day out with the Undertaker. I know that it's Alright guys, we need 2 options here, and I really need you to choose. That's one of them. One mistake and it's half a day out with the Undertaker. The question is, do I say the Undertaker? Like, I could say it in the actual, when I record the song, it could be like talk that bit. So one mistake and it's half a day out with the Undertaker. Oh. Who do you think you are, Joe Elvis Presley? Day out with the Undertaker. Or it could be like half a day out with the Undertaker. And I know, you know what I mean? The Undertaker. And I could harmonize it. The Undertaker. I know it says nobody does it like. Nobody does it. Nobody does it like. Right, so that's one we could have. Bear that in mind. That's number 1. One mistake and it's half a day out with the Undertaker. Or the Undertaker. Right. Or we could completely scrap that and we could have another verse. Like I say, we could have another type of pre-chorus. We could even have some like, I don't know. Let's see what else he was about. What else was Fred about? Fred, he used to climb up and dig a rat. The sounds in his mouth, but no one's about. Uh-oh. See, this could be number 2, so it could be one mistake and you half a day out. One mistake and you have half a day out with the Under. And one mistake and you. See, I like that. I want to definitely get his quote in there. One mistake and you have half a day out with the one mistake and you have half a day out with the One mistake and you have one mistake and you have half a day out with the Undertaker. It could be like, 'cause one mistake and you have half a day out with the Undertaker. because I'm in a band called Raygo Bloom, I'm thinking I could have me brother Charlie respond to what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? So it could be like, one mistake and you, and then he could go, have half a day out with the Undertaker, and then I go, one mistake and you, half a day out with the Undertaker. You know what I mean? What we thinking? One mistake and you have half a day out with the Undertaker. One mistake and you have half a day out with the Undertaker. See, the thing is, I could make that so musical that... I don't know what I'm thinking. Guys, what we thinking here? So it's either number 1, which I've already forgot, or number 2. One mistake and you, Charlie, half a day out with the Undertaker. One mistake and you have half a day out with the Undertaker. And then we'll go into that next week. We go into, sorry, not next week, on the next episode. We either go into a chorus or we go into the riff. And that could just be the hook. Who knows? It doesn't have to be a traditional verse, pre-chorus, chorus. Do you know what I mean? We could do something else. You have to let me know, guys. Pre-chorus number 1 or pre-chorus number 2? I've already forgot number 1, so I won't be able to do it again. But it was like, yeah, I won't even be able to try. But up to now, his name was Fred. He used to climb with a cigarette hanging out his mouth with the ladders he fit by himself. Oh, so high, you will find him above the sky with a chisel and a hammer, penny pinching while risking his life. Well, one mistake and you have half a day out with the Undertaker. One mistake and you have half a day out with the Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's episode. I need your help. I need your help. Pre-chorus number 1 or pre-chorus number 2, yeah? Let me know. And also let me know what we're thinking about some sort. Do we go into a chorus? Do we go into a riff there? Hit the like button, subscribe, and prepare yourself for the next episode. Until next time, peace.